Are you new to Los Santos? No worries, I got you covered. My name is Salty Table and welcome to my Rags to Riches series where I teach you how to go from owning a very cheap car to owning a multi-million dollar office in Los Santos. Also owning multi-million dollar businesses that support your growth and an annoying assistant.
Are you sure you need more snacks? Looks like your pockets are full.
So join me on my adventure where I instruct and teach you how to become a multi-millionaire in Grand Theft Auto 5. This is my Rags to Riches series, episode 24. What's going on, everybody? My name is Salty Table and welcome to episode 24 of my Rags to Riches series. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. If you are, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. You guys are what keeps my channel alive. Anyways, today we got our $1 million from just logging in last week, but don't worry, if you didn't get it, we won't be using it. We're going to be doing all the casino preps in this one episode, so it's going to be a pretty quick episode, so try to keep up, guys. Anyways, we're going to start out today by doing the guns prep. This is going to be a really pretty easy setup. Don't stress it. Remember, if you want to start these, you have to sign in as a CEO. We already did the assigning of the positions last time of the hacker and the car and the gunman. All lowest because we're doing the big con. We won't need that nice of guns, and we're going to be using a pedestrian vehicle to escape instead of the assigned vehicle, so we don't need nice vehicles. And Avi Schwartzman is going to give us the most time in the vault. That's why we chose those three. Now we're going to be doing the guns, and I won't be going into a whole, there really isn't too much to go into detail about how to do these missions. It's all pretty standard, but there are some tips. Like here on the jet ski one, don't go straight onto the beach. Instead, go behind these rocks. These rocks are going to be a pretty good defense for the kind of outlash you get against these guys. Here, I just hide behind these rocks, get some easy headshots, and they can't do anything because the boulders are protecting me. And then after I killed off these enemies, I noticed, oh wait, it's all out on the water. So you can just take out those enemies from the beach. You don't have to drive out to them. You do have the range. And with this specific airplane, if you guys don't know, it is VTOL capable, so it can turn into a helicopter/airplane. But remember, if you are going to be landing on the ground, you do want to put your wheels down. This airplane does have wheels, and it's easy to forget that when you're always flying around above water. Usually you want to be, you do get chased by planes for this one, so you want to be in, or you do get chased by helicopters, so you want your your plane/chopper in plane mode so you can escape faster. And that's the first prep complete. The second prep we're going to be doing are the vehicles, and I'm going to be choosing the ISI Classics. I don't really have a preference, but always choose just the cheapest driver. We are trying to maximize our profit as much as possible, so we're choosing a 5% driver, and that is the ISI Classics. Now these are, again, pretty self-explanatory. There really isn't much to go into detail. You won't get spotted by the cops on the outside, even if you drive like a maniac like I do here. You can't drive in with just a normal vehicle. Just showed you that too. And when you do get inside, Lester tells you to be stealthy, and that includes not shooting cops. And even if your gun has a suppressed weapon and you shoot a police officer in the head, get one shot, nobody hears it, you still will get cops. And I'll show you that here. Here, I shoot him with a suppressed weapon, and I get cops. 3 stars just like that. And he says you make things 10 times more challenging. Now, if you get this warehouse, there's always going to be a vehicle in the back corner. So when he says you got to move vehicles around, this is what he means. He wants you to get into a car, and I just hold RB and LT, or RT and LT, and just kind of drift the vehicle over to the right, and then I'm out with my first ISI Classic, and then I lose the cops in the sewer, and then that's how I get my first vehicle back. And just that simple. And we're going to be doing the same thing with the red ISI Classic. We go over to the police station, we steal it, we hide in the sewer, and then we head back to our arcade, just like this right here. All very simple, and we're going to be moving through these pretty quick again, so try to keep up. And next, we're going to be doing the security intel, or kind of, for Lester. Now, this one is a little, was it this one? No. I'm thinking of security cards. So here we go. We're going to steal off this FBI's badge card, and that's going to give us access to the FIB building. And that's, here I am, stealing off the badge. We're heading over to the FIB building, And once we're inside, don't worry if you get spotted running. It's pretty chill environment. You can see me here. I pull out my phone. I start the signal tracker, and I kind of just run around. Don't worry if they're not going to spot you. You're not going to get any stars. And we're going to head over to the back, and there is the briefcase. Now, you will always get cops leaving, so try to, have your gun ready when you come down the elevator, because they're going to be there to shoot you. Your arcade, and we're going to start the next one. This was vault key cards, so this was probably going to be the hardest setup you're going to end up doing. You have to kill off a prison bus, then you have to drive the bus so many miles all the way to Bolingbrook Penitentiary. And once you're inside, it's a pretty casual drive-in. Don't worry about getting spotted by the guards like you usually do. You're in a prison bus and you're disguised as a prison guard, so they're not going to get alerted. Now, when you get to the top of the tower, Lester will tell you to stealthily take out the cop. As you can see, I stealthily take him out, but I still get cops. I don't know why, but I did get cops. And this was probably one of the harder set preps of the casino heist, because I had to lose the 4-star wanted level. So I just came back to Los Santos in a cop car, and I easily lost that wanted level and hit in the sewer. Now, this next one is very important. When you're over on the right side for the approach specific preps, we want to choose the group Setch outfits, because those are going to allow us to do the approach with the big. It's going to allow us to go in through the basement of the casino straight to the vault. So all I did is I called in a helicopter. I went all the way up north, since the truck was all the way up in Paleto Bay. I killed off these enemies, and I hopped inside the truck. I called Lester, and then he removed my wanted level. And from there, it was just a really long road trip all the way back to the arcade. This was a really easy one. Comment any questions you may have about this series so far. I'm really happy to answer them. So the next setup we're going to do is part 2 of the group Setch outfits. So we're going to be stealing 2 outfits, and since we're going to have multiple players for the heist, we need 2 outfits, obviously. So I just headed over here, and I tried to do it stealthy, but doing stuff stealthy really isn't important to me. I mean, maybe it is to you, but it really isn't to me. And all you got to do is go up to the back of the truck, take a picture of the license plate, and then once you get that license plate picture, Lester will allow you to steal 1 bag. Yeah, you can only carry 1 bag, so we're going to have to make multiple trips. So I delivered this one, then I came back, and I got the second bag, and then when I hopped into the little, Jeep truck looking thing, and then I returned, sorry, it's like 2 in the morning, I'm really tired, and then I returned to the arcade, and that was the next prep complete. Pretty easy stuff. So the next prep we're going to be doing is drills. Now this is, again, 2 drills at a time, because this heist is made for 2 people, at least a minimum of 2 people. But no matter how many people you do the heist with, the preps will always just be mostly 2s. So this specific prep here, I just had to go by cops. Now you can these preps are randomized. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the episode, but all these preps are randomized. You might not get an exact same location as me, but you should have the similar missions as like stealing bags and stuff. The next one we're going to be doing is security cards. Now this security passes, sorry. Now it's important you get level 2, and you'll know that by the 2 pictures, one of the valet and one of the maids. All you have to do is come by, steal a hearse, go to this morgue, and then hit right on D-pad, and we steal the security pass from this valet that, I don't know, probably was killed by a player, because Lester's like, oh, they keep winding up dead, so it's likely a player that killed him. Anyways, you just gotta drive away from the morgue, and it's just that simple. This was a pretty easy setup, probably the easiest one of them all. And then the second to last, we have noose gear. This was very important, and I think it's pretty hard because a lot of people die by just walking straight in. I'd suggest shooting out the cops from the outside like you just saw me doing there. And once you're inside, you're going to have to get 2 bags. And I'm going to show you where the 2 bags are right here. One is going to be in the back locker room, and then the other one is going to be through those double doors right when you walk in on the right. Through the second double doors, when after you go through the first 2, go through the next 2 on the right, and that's where the second bag will be, and that's how you complete the second prep. Now the last prep is called Duggan Shipments. Now I wouldn't suggest doing this alone if you are not a good pilot. If you are a good pilot, this will be a good tutorial for you. It is possible to do it solo, but it is extremely challenging and very stressful. Go get a fighter jet from the military base and then land it right outside your arcade. Then we're going to initiate Duggan shipments. Now the timer won't start until you hop inside the jet. I mean, maybe it will if you wait too long, but we're just going to run around out front. That jet is still going to be spawned there, and we're going to be using that to fly around the map and take out all the Duggan shipments. Of course, I don't own a jet, so I had to take this more complicated route of going to the military base, stealing a jet, and then flying back. But if you have a jet like the Pyro, that is the fastest one in the game, it will definitely work for this. But I just have a laser. This will definitely do for you guys. So here I'm going to show you how I take out a few enemies. I just fly over to this one right here. I'm going to use the lock-on missiles, and I'm going to shoot him as soon as I get a lock-on, and I hit him with the explosive cannons. You guys don't have to do that. I'm just a little kind of daring with my shots because I like using the cannons, but I know the missiles are probably the smarter option here. There we go. We just fly over them, we shoot them, and we get these kills. And we're just going to keep repeating this process of flying over them and killing them until we get through the mission. Now, I don't expect you guys to get on your first try. Here, I actually die, and I lose my jet during the mission. So what I did is I called in a buzzard because I'm a CEO. I called it in for 25 grand, and I tried to salvage the mission. However, I failed. So what you need to do is close out your game. That's going to save your prep, and you want to save Duggan shipments. Then you just got to get a jet, start it up again, and this time I succeeded in getting around that one Duggan shipment. I hope that made sense right there because that is very important for understanding how to get through this prep. And that is how you complete Duggan shipments solo. This was done solo, by the way. I did not use any help. I did every prep alone. I tried to include as much footage in a shortest episode as possible, but it's hard to include all these preps in a under 15 minute video. Maybe I'll stream on Twitch doing all this in the future, but I don't know. I hope you guys have enjoyed this crazy episode of my Rags to Riches series, episode 24. If you did, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. You guys are what keeps my channel alive, and I'm so grateful for that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and take it easy.
I just wanna be happy.